Hey guys, it's Tia. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be discussing a comment I got on my last video about how to make 1,000 Etsy sales. If you're in a similar position, then I'll be talking about things that could help, including one very likely reason, in my opinion, that you could be getting 0 sales, even if you think you're doing everything perfectly. Obviously, there's a lot of reasons, some of which I'll be going through in this video, but from looking at people's shops, which they sent me links to in comments and DMs, this is a problem a lot of the time. If you find this video useful, make sure you like it, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you get notified when I post new videos. Really helps the channel out. So this comment by Paul reads, "Hey Tia, I've just stumbled across this video of yours. I've been implementing a lot of what several YouTubers like yourself teach into my Etsy shop. I started June 1st of this year with coffee mugs, switched to t-shirts and sweatshirts fairly quickly. I've been using Sales Samurai, trying to find low competition, high Etsy search volume keywords, and I've had 3,780 views and 3,425 visits to date, and not a single sale, only a handful of favorites. I really thought about sending friends and family a $20 off coupon just to get started selling, but your advice says don't, can't really afford to anyway. I've got to make something happen. There has to be a few sellable items in my shop out of the 117 listed. Maybe I'm just too old for this kind of thing." He's 64. "If I can't get a few sales during the Christmas rush, why keep my shop open?" So thanks for your comment, Paul. Let's unpack this. I think the first thing to say is if you're not getting any sales, do not close your shop. I don't really know why people do this when it's free to keep your shop open. I mean, selling print on demand and digital products is completely automated, and any listing could make a sale at any time. That's sort of how this whole passive income thing works. You just need to wait for time to do its thing, and you need to have content out there. It just doesn't make any sense to close the shop, but people do it. Maybe they've just had enough. They're like, screw this, let me just destroy everything I ever did and forget I did this. Now that's really a psychological thing that I can't really help you with, but otherwise I just can't think of a reason you'd do it. I mean, fair enough, you can turn off automatic renewal if you don't want to spend 20 cents per listing every 4 months. I've had some listings which have just never sold, so I've turned those off, automatic renewal, but I just can't see a reason for it otherwise. So bottom line is, don't close your shop, otherwise all the hard work you've done will be for nothing, and it just won't help you in any way. Another thing I wanted to bring up, as Paul said, and as I said in my previous video, you don't need family and friends to buy your listings to help with ranking or anything like that. And by all means, if you want to sell to family and friends, that's fine. But depending on artificial sales, in my opinion, is just not going to help you in the long run. And it's really a band-aid solution instead of finding out why your products are not selling organically. Also, I just wanted to point out quickly, notice where he says, "I'm too old for this kind of thing." I feel like when you're doing work and not getting results, it's really easy to just get in your own head and talk yourself out of things. I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm not smart enough, I haven't hustled hard enough, I don't do this magic guru manifestation crap. Look, I know it's frustrating, but the matter of fact is e-commerce is really just statistics. So you've got traffic and conversions, right? So if no one sees your listing, then no one can buy your listing. If people do see it, then not everyone will buy, but a proportion will. So the purpose of SEO and marketing is to increase how many people see your products, but SEO is limited to the marketplace, the ranking algorithm, and marketing that requires time and money. So that's where conversions come in, and that's trying to make people buy. That's where you can be a bit savvy, try and beat your competitors, use all these clever marketing tactics, yada yada. But if we just take a step back, people list random old stuff on eBay, billion other products on many other marketplaces all the time. Some of it sells, some of it doesn't. It's really just sort of throwing stuff out there, seeing what you get back, which is unpredictable, and it's dependent on a lot of things, not just what you do. So don't need to overcomplicate it. It's really just a reflection of many statistical averages. I know it's easier said than done, but you really have to believe me on that, okay? So while a lot of stuff is in your control, a lot of stuff also isn't. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get on to what I think is the actual problem here. So usually when people say they've got no sales, the first thing I assume is they haven't got enough traffic yet. The average e-commerce conversion rate is about 1 to 2%, which means if you get 100 visits, you should expect 1 or 2 sales. If you get 1,000 visits, you should expect 10-ish sales, and so on. So if you're a more experienced seller, you know what makes people want to buy, you know how to do better than the competition, you have good marketing, then it's going to be a higher conversion rate. And usually people are like, I'm starting from scratch, I've made 10 listings and I have no sales. Why is that? Well, it's not because you have 10 listings. You can have one listing and make a lot of money. It's more the fact that you don't have enough traffic yet. So one way to increase your traffic is to make more listings. So you take up a bigger market share for your keywords. And another way is to do marketing and sort of promote the listings you already have. If you connect Google Analytics, I have a video on how to do that, then you can more accurately find out which keywords are increasing your traffic and implement them more into your shop. Now, over 3,000 views, but 0 sales. So over 100 listings, you put in the work, done the SEO, found high demand, low competition keywords. So that's clearly worked for you in terms of getting the traffic. I usually say 100 to 200 listings if you're starting from scratch, but it's not really the point. It's more the fact that you do have decent traffic but no sales. Now, at this point, I would really start to think about the fact there could be something roadblocking your sales in terms of conversions. So firstly, it depends where the views are coming from. If all those 3,000 views are coming from the Etsy marketplace search, then there definitely needs to be something looked at into your conversions and the way that you're doing your listings, because all those people have buyer intent, which is why they're on Etsy in the first place. It's like people that literally have money in their hands ready to buy something, but they're just not buying from you. So that's a problem. If it's from social media, those views don't convert as well. I'd say like 100 Etsy views might convert to one sale, but that might be more like 1,000 people from Instagram, because those people are just not expecting to buy stuff. Now, sticking with traffic, one thing I'd like to know from Paul is notice where he says he started with coffee mugs, switched to t-shirts, and then sweatshirts. So did he upload a bunch of coffee mugs, take them down, upload t-shirts, take them down, and then upload sweatshirts? So these 117 listings, are they all sweatshirts, or are they like a mix of the three? And it's been like 5 months since he opened the shop, which barely gives enough time for listings to expire. So if they were removed, then they would have been taken down manually. And that makes a difference, because if he did take down some listings, then part of those 3,000-ish views would be for listings that don't exist anymore. So you're not giving enough time for the listings to get enough views to make a sale. In other words, yes, you may have over 3,000 views overall, but the average views per listing may be much less. But regardless, let's just assume that the listings are perfect, haven't been taken down, and that's where I'm going to give what I think is the most common reason I've seen anyway, that you may have no sales even if you have traffic and a reasonable number of listings, which is your price may just be too high. So a couple of people have DM'd me asking before to look at their shops, got great designs, spent hours on them, low competition, high demand niche, SEO is near perfect, beautiful shop banner and profile picture. Why still no sales? So it's really down to the fact that they're selling t-shirts for like $30 or more. Now, does that mean immediately go and drop your price right now? No, but let me explain. So something that you can try before lowering the price is adding a discount or free shipping, but keeping the price more or less the same. So this will help the results stand out in search more, and just, psychologically make some customers think they're getting a bargain than if it's just the bare boring price with no discounts. But this won't always work. If it's too expensive, it's just too expensive for the value that is perceived by the customer. So you need to have a look around the market, see what others are selling and pricing their items, and what the quality of those items are for their price point, right? And then go lower than that, because when you're starting out, you have 0 social proof and reviews. You're going to have to just take a low price until you can build up sales, and then the conversions will increase because people can see how many sales you have, they can see all the reviews, and they're so much more likely to buy if they can see all of that, right? So Sales Samurai, which is the research tool I use, actually has a feature where you can see the price spread and the average price for a given keyword. But even without it, you can sort of gauge the general price range. Also look at the quality of the products in the marketplace for the price that they're at. If you can't match the quality because you don't have the technical ability to create products which are as good as the competition, then you'll just have to lower your price. It's just how it is, I'm afraid. You might have less profits in the beginning, or you might be breaking even, so make sure you keep track of the accounting there. Now, that being said, you should not be losing money selling on Etsy for the sake of getting those early sales and reviews. You might know it's common practice on websites like Amazon and other marketplaces. You get a bunch of sales, rank your product higher, increase the price once it's on the first page, and then you make a ton of money. But with Etsy, because it's a smaller marketplace, I don't think the scalability is quite there yet. So in my opinion, it's not really worth losing money for. If stuff just isn't selling and you're breaking even, or even losing money, then consider whether you can actually afford to sell the products that you're selling. Fulfillment is expensive, I get it. And shipping is expensive, making stuff takes time, and it's also expensive. So whether it be handmade, print on demand, whatever you're selling, if the operating costs are too high, then you just can't afford to sell it. And you can have a go at selling something which is lower cost to make, find an alternative provider that is lower cost. Selling digital products, that's what I ended up doing, because they only really need time to make and not much upfront cost. A lot more scalable, but they may come with a bigger learning curve depending on what products you want to sell. Again, I'll talk more about this in different types of products you can sell in my previous videos. So in summary, right, if you're not getting sales, discount, free shipping, do that first. And then if you're still not getting sales, research the average price point, consider lowering the price. Obviously niche research and SEO is important, but assuming you're watching this video, you've probably done those things and not really seen results. So it's really about gauging where you are at this point compared to other competitors in the market. That's my opinion anyway. I sort of, for some listings, lowered the price of them and then got them to sell at that lower price, increased the price back up again, and that's how I got some of my best selling listings. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're a seller, comment down below. What advice would you give Paul or anyone else struggling with the first few sales? And I'll see you in the next video.